Hey folks, ST here, and I'm just going to give you a brief explanation on how copywriting is done. And if you ever take a look at this right here, if you want to know these 4 steps: awareness, interest, desire, action, the what they call the IDA formula, it's nothing but more than the acronym for what copywriting is. It's basically what you're trying to do is generating awareness of whatever product or service they're doing, and then trying to build interest for that person and create desire from that person to be able to purchase that product, and being able to now create a call for action for that person to purchase that product. So in much further ado, I'm just going to be delving into some real copywriting examples as to how I can explain what the IDA formula is. And so if you were to take some of these samples right here, like you say, like for example, look at articulate, which is nothing but more than like they've written this post. They've given a meaning to what they were trying to implement, the IDA formula, and they're trying to say, okay, we are a free-range, artisanal, cruelty-free team full of geeky, quirky, lovely, funny people. That's kind of information. They're trying to give out the information. This, if you say not the usual blah, 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 that's nothing more than the catchy headline, which is the objective of it is to bring awareness to it. And so right here, if you ever want to see what all the information right here, and while the reader is trying to read all this information, they're trying to get a sense of getting that desire to think, okay, let's give this articulate a shot as to what they're going to be offering. And so if you ever look at here with the team members, locations, years of experience, Slack messages sent, like they're trying to list out the stats to be able to really say these guys are really credible in their own organization. And so they have, I mean, personally right here, they haven't really created a call for action yet, but it's just more like an intro to copywriting. But if you were to say, look around here, this, like, copywriting usually is never all about large posts, small posts. It's always about like effective posts. It's not just large posts, medium posts, small posts. It's all about making sure that whatever you create is effective in order to have the widest reach of people. If you wonder why copywriting is very important for a digital marketer, it's because that's the bread and butter of a digital marketer altogether. Everything like if you master copywriting and master a few tools, basically you got the meat and potatoes of digital marketing altogether. Like the tools are nothing more than the side dishes, and copywriting is nothing more than the meat of the dishes. And so here's some more examples right here. Like these are short posts. Like for example, like if you look at this guy here, look this cool. Look this cool. Like what are they trying to do with that image and that caption is to nothing more than the IDA formula. To like make that awareness, interest, desire, and action to be able to say, okay, these products, this like the jacket. Let's say we're trying to promote this jacket right here. This is nothing more than a call to action. Is to make sure that, okay, trying to influence that person who wants to buy that piece of clothing. And so, okay. And so here are some examples that I've done, examples of blog posts and a bit of copywriting that I've done. If you want to look around here, I used to do a study abroad. I used to work for kind of a British education consulting firm called Study Across the Pond. And here's one thing I've provided right here is right here. If you ever see this post on Study Across the Pond, it's talking about when's the best time for you to visit the Lake District. If you want to know where the Lake District is, it's kind of like what they call the Rockies of England. And so here's something what I've done right here. I mean, I may have done a blog post, but it's more a lengthier blog post. But what I'm offering here is the incentive for people to take a chance and see what the Lake District is like, and especially when you're trying to study abroad in the UK. It's like the ulterior motive for this whole blog post is to make sure to bring the interest of people who want to go out there studying the UK and everything else. And if you look at this post right here, it's all about giving that information and my own and giving out personal experience and the awareness and the interest about what the area of the Lake District is like. Yeah, this is pretty lengthy with the visuals and with all the visuals and the imagery of what's trying to like get that interest among the consumer. And so give this is one example right here, and another one is the Mind Body Business Show. This is one example of promoting like giving a promotion for an episode of the show. And if you ever look at right here, is like we're trying to bring awareness and we're trying to bring the interest. Like here's the information that is trying to like inspire someone to listen to this show and become inspired to become an entrepreneur or become someone who they want to be. And so this is nothing more than the call to action right here. Like be able to like bring more listeners, bring more people to listen to this show and get some information that's needed for them to make a positive influence in their life, which is pretty much what Reach Your Peak is all about, is to bring positive influence among people's lives. And so being able to write this email, this is what I've written. I mean, if you ever see ST right here, it's just like that's just only for me. It's just for a list of people. It's basically for an email list. But this is like this is my design. This is my text. This is my piece of copy that I've written to be able to bring that awareness of the Mind Body Business Show. And so this is one example. I've done multiple examples for that. And so here's one thing I would prefer. If you want to like take a look at an example that I would do is, let's give an example of you want to buy shoes. Okay, well, let's say you want to buy shoes in the winter, like shoes in the winter. A catchy headline that would bring awareness of it is, let's say, for example, five ways how your shoes can help benefit you in the winter. See, if you look at this tagline right here, you're trying to bring the awareness of what these shoes are and how this shoe can be a benefit. And let's say we're going to say information. If you want to give out some information that drives interest to the shoe, let's say like in the last 5,000 years, people have developed shoes that can help withstand everything, including snow. And like you're just going to write a lengthy thing, but then you have to say, let's call this the Desire. Right now, this brand of shoes has been helping out people with walking in snow and protecting their feet from the cold. And let's say for example, John says, I've had a great time. These shoes are the reason why I'm able to being able to walk better in the winter. Walk better in the winter. I mean, it's just I'm giving a hypothetical example. This could be a fake kind of thing, a fake kind of copy, but we don't know what shoes will come out that will be anything like that. But and then Desire is we had the Desire. Now let's call it the action. Buy these shoes and see how it makes a difference. I could have written a completely lengthy thing, but then you get bored and you not really understand what copywriting is. So this is what I would be doing if I were a copywriter right now. I mean, even because copywriting is one thing that's really influential in whatever marketing services you do and whatever. Like I've mentioned earlier, like digital marketing involves tools and copy. That's about it. If you just master those two things, you'll be on your way to becoming a successful digital marketer. And so I'll leave you to that, and hopefully you'll be able to learn how copywriting is done.